back again with another short video, and today I got a pretty nice update I want to showcase because starting today we actually have access to deal approvals, which I think is pretty big and it's pretty easy to set up. However, it might not work the way you think it works, so I decided to make a video. So we have deal approvals available within HubSpot, which means basically that you can select a couple of people that need to approve deals before they can move further down the pipeline. Now, before you set anything up, first things first, you need to make sure that you give the users approval permissions. You need to do that first before you set that up. So you can simply go to your users that need to have access. And if you go to the deals object within the permission sets here, you see this approve checkbox. That needs to be enabled, or else you cannot select a user for approval. Once that's set up, you're happy with all the users, you can actually start by simply navigating to your pipeline where you want to set up the approval process. And going to pipeline rules, scroll down to the bottom. Now we have this new option which says add approval process for deals. Brand new, simply enable it, and you will start a small setup process, which is really easy. And here is where it kind of gets tricky because I had a different understanding of an approval process, because essentially HubSpot will create one extra pipeline stage. As you can see, you'll get this pending approval stage, which you can also edit in regards of deal probability. And of course, you can change the order. And whenever a deal is in this stage, a approver gets a notification. It's really that simple. And deals cannot move past this stage before they are actually. So I think that's really helpful. But what kind of threw me off a little bit is I had the understanding that we would have an approval process for, let's say, every or maybe multiple deal stages, right? That's something I often see where you want to make sure that a deal only moves to the next stage when certain criteria is accepted or is filled in certain fields, whatever. That is not how this works. It is simply one extra deal stage that HubSpot provides. So you can set that up, and then if you click next, you can actually select the approvers. So I will just select this one here. You can choose if everybody needs to approve or just one of the users. That's enough. You can only select 3 users, so take that into account. And of course, you can add a small note for the approver. So for example, please check all important data. I don't know, right? Final step, review. Everything looks good. Click save. And if you now go to your pipeline and we reload the page, you'll see we now have this pending approval stage added. And I have created a deal. And if I simply move it to the pending approval stage, boom, you can already see you get this little gray border. And since I am the one that needs to approve the deal, I'm logged in as that user, I already get a notification that that deal needs to be approved, right? This person requested approval. I can click it. I actually go to the deal that needs approval. I get this little yellow box here where I can simply approve, reject, request some changes, or view the details, right? Kind of the history of that approval process. And it's really simple. I can approve it, reject it. Let's just approve it for now. And I've approved the deal, so that person will now also get a notification that the deal was approved. That's why it's also really important to have deals that have a deal owner, right? If a deal does not have a deal owner, it will not really work, because, who are we letting know that the deal was approved, rejected, or whatever? So make sure all your deals have a deal owner, and then you can set up the process. As you see, really simple to set up, and I think really helpful to kind of streamline that sales process even more. So yeah, wanted to share. Hope this helps. And as always, happy HubSpotting.